Good evening, and welcome to another Malcat Gin review. Now we are reviewing Verdigris Gin from the National Distillery in Hawke's Bay. You may remember, if you've been watching us for a while, we reviewed hemp gin a while back, which we think is absolutely fantastic. They also do the Adorn Gin, which we have a bottle of, but we haven't tried yet, and also the Proof, which we were lucky enough to meet these guys at Gindulgence a while back and had a good chat with them, and we tried that while we were there. It's rather delicious as well. So on the basis of everything we've tried theirs to date, I have high hopes for these guys.
So these guys won gold for the contemporary section of the Gin Guide Awards last year, and it has 9 botanicals. It has juniper, coriander seed, orris root, angelica root, licorice, cardamom, cassia bark, lemon peel, and flax seeds.
Yes.
Which will make it quite interesting.
Yeah, so we're quite interested by the flax seeds. These guys obviously are pushing the boat out a little bit with some of their botanicals. You know, the hemp gin obviously had hemp hearts in it. So it's going to be interesting. There's quite a lot of competing flavours in there. It's going to be interesting to see whether they've got the balance right. So
yeah. We'll talk a bit about the name. So Verdigris is basically the colour name for blue-green pigment that develops on copper as it oxidises through weather. And when I think of Verdigris, I usually think green, not blue, and the bottle has the normal size bottle has green to it. The normal size bottle, because we just got the small one,
yes.
And we did this during lockdown, I think, and they're quite good that you can buy small size bottles through them to try some different flavours. It's 44%. And they also do other gins. So they had one with the lucky cat on the label, and I thought it was sold out. And like, oh, next time that one comes up, better get that.
Now, from memory, these guys did a navy.
Yes, they do. They do a navy strength as well. And the Proof one which we have is sort of like an in between.
Navy strength derives its name from when the British Navy bought its gin. It had to be at a higher level, and then they would water it down on the boat as they gave you your tot. To be considered Navy strength, a gin has to be higher than 57% alcohol by volume. Yeah. We'll do a Navy strength at some point, and we'll talk a bit more about Navy gin and some of the stories around that. Is quite interesting. Anyway, we're here to talk about Verdigris, and enough talking actually. It's time to try it.
Get your lips around that.
I'm going to get my nose in it. Well, it's a dry gin. There's on the nose up front, you're getting the strong pine, the juniper scent, but it's quite spicy in there. All those spicy botanicals coming through quite nicely. There's a lot going on in there. It's smooth up front, and again the strong juniper qualities coming through, but it's quite a tang on the back of the tongue, and the aftertaste is interesting.
Ooh, there's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on, but having said that, I talked before about balance. I think there's no one flavour that's come through and it's overpowering everything else. I think they've got the balance quite well. Well, let's try it as a gin and tonic.
Cheers. Oh, that kind of tones it down. I was expecting it to be a lot stronger.
It does. I'm getting sort of herbal qualities through, I think, probably from some of those spices. And yeah, that's quite well balanced. This is not one I'd put in a cocktail. This is one for drinking, quite simple.
Just appreciating a gin and tonic.
Absolutely. That's really nice. You want to try something a little bit different but quite flavourful. This is the way to go.
I don't know whether it's because my sense of smell is not quite as strong in this late part of the evening. Earlier when I smelled it, I felt like I could smell flaxseed, but now I I don't feel like I can taste it. I don't feel like it's in there. Do you?
No. It's again, just as I mentioned when we tried it straight. There's a lot going on in that, and interesting flavors. It develops on the palate as it goes down. It's quite smooth, but it's really interesting.
Quite drinkable.
Oh yeah. I'm now regretting the fact that we only got a little one because
remedy that.
Half gone already.
Well, that's good. You know that you get actually out of a little bottle like that, but we do some heavy pours, and we did a little taster, so you would definitely get 4 glasses.
Absolutely.
Out of that.
But yeah, I highly recommend that one. That's a really nice one.
And during lockdown, they were also doing the hand sanitizer as well.
Oh yeah, that's quite good. You want your hands to smell of gin all day?
Yeah.
I think all in all, this is another really good product from a bunch of people who are doing some really interesting and some very good stuff. Plus the distillery is quite an interesting building. I think I mentioned it before. It's the old cigarette factory. So Rothmans, yeah, I think so. So it's an old Art Deco building in Napier. If you're ever up that way, I believe they're open for visits. Go and check them out and try some of their really fine products. They're doing some good work.
We're well overdue for a visit to the Hawke's Bay.
Yeah.
To go to Mr. D and get like one of those injected donuts.
Yeah.
There's a wine up there and it's really good with cheese. Who doesn't like cheese? You don't like cheese.
We can't be friends. Anyway, yeah, this is really good. What I would impress your friends who like gin, get a bottle of this. This is quite something, quite drinkable. Gin is a winner.